day, you wake up to find out that the corporation handling your county's voting system has not only switched hands, but also its identity. This was precisely the situation when Dominion Voting Systems, a firm previously mired in controversy, was acquired and rebranded as Liberty Vote by its new owner, Scott Linedecker. This sudden change left several counties across the United States, each of which had contracts with Dominion, in a state of disarray. The fog of uncertainty began to lift when an email was delivered directly from Scott Linedecker himself, who later followed up through his representatives. They reassured the county election administrators that everything was moving along as planned. The existing contracts didn't require any modifications, and an old insurance certificate from March of 2025 was shown as evidence of their status in accordance with municipal regulations. These assurances were given with the year 2025 in mind. At a glance, it appeared to be a straightforward sale designed to instill confidence in secure voting systems. However, beneath this veneer of simplicity, a plethora of unresolved questions lingered. The affected counties were left in the dark with no specifics about the sale or any documented proof like an agreement or contract amendments. This secrecy prompts an intriguing question. Is there more to this narrative? Numerous citizens were not satisfied with just an email confirmation. They were concerned about the abrupt shift and wanted to verify that their votes were still secure. So what was their course of action? They took the initiative. They demanded public information about the sale, hoping to reveal the facts behind this unforeseen transition. However, the deeper they delved, the more questions surfaced. No specifics about the sale were disclosed to their respective counties. There was no evidence of ownership. There was no novation agreement, no contract amendments. It seemed as if the sale had transpired behind closed doors with no transparency provided to the people most impacted by these changes. This lack of information and transparency was unsettling. It left citizens feeling uncertain about the integrity of their electoral process. Their faith in the system was fragile, and understandably so. The bedrock of democracy is the people's trust in the electoral process. These findings have ignited a wave of concern among voters. These revelations raise a crucial question. What are the consequences of the sale and rebranding of Dominion Voting Systems? The sale of such a vital voting system to a new proprietor, particularly one with political ties, could potentially lead to alterations in how we vote. Could this indicate a transition towards paper ballots, as Liberty Vote seems to suggest? Or will the drive for election integrity result in more stringent procedures? Furthermore, the absence of transparency surrounding this sale is troubling. It's not just about who owns the company, but how the sale was executed and what it implies for the contracts that counties across the United States hold with their voting management systems. We must question, why weren't the sale details provided to the counties? Why wasn't any proof of ownership presented or any contract amendments made? These are questions that demand answers. Stay alert and informed about changes in your voting systems. Your vote is your voice, and it's crucial to ensure that it is heard accurately and fairly. Amid all this, Liberty Vote Corp filed for 2 trade names, Liberty and Frontier. The application for these names sparked additional questions about the company's future plans. What do these names represent? The names Liberty and Frontier imply a move towards greater freedom and innovation in the voting process. But without explicit communication from the company, these names only contribute to the uncertainty. Are they planning to transform the voting process? Or are these merely catchy buzzwords intended to divert us from asking the tough questions? As voters, we must remain alert and informed in the face of these changes. We must demand transparency and accountability from those who manage our voting systems. Let's continue to ask the difficult questions and demand the answers we deserve. Welcome to Liberty Vote. We demand answers.